Have you ever heard a story so captivating it feels real, even thousands of years later? That's the magic of Atlantis. A legendary island, a utopian civilization, swallowed by the sea in a single day and night of misfortune. For centuries, this tale has sparked the imaginations of explorers, historians, and dreamers alike. But was Atlantis a real place, or is it just the world's most enduring myth? Let's dive deep into the mystery. Our journey begins with the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. Around 360 BC, he introduced Atlantis to the world in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias. He described it as a formidable naval power located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, Atlantis was an island larger than Libya and Asia combined, a veritable continent of its own. Plato's description paints a picture of a breathtaking paradise. The city was a marvel of engineering, built in a series of concentric rings of land and water. Bridges connected the land rings, and a massive canal linked the city to the sea. The heart of the city, the central island, housed a magnificent royal palace and a temple dedicated to Poseidon, the god of the sea. The temple was said to be adorned with gold, silver, and a mysterious metal called orichalcum, which gleamed with a fiery red light. The people of Atlantis weren't just brilliant engineers. They were a noble and powerful civilization. They were descended from Poseidon himself, who fell in love with a mortal woman named Cleito. Together, they had 5 pairs of twin sons, and the eldest, Atlas, became the first king of Atlantis, lending his name to the city and the surrounding ocean. For generations, the Atlanteans lived in harmony, ruling with wisdom and virtue. Their laws were just, and they valued character over wealth. Their military was unmatched, with a powerful navy and an army of charioteers. They controlled a vast empire that stretched into parts of Europe and Africa. But as the story goes, their utopia began to crumble. As generations passed, the divine blood within the Atlanteans thinned. Greed and corruption took root. They became arrogant, driven by an insatiable ambition for power and conquest. They launched an unprovoked attack on Athens and the rest of the known world. The Athenians, despite being outnumbered, heroically defended their lands and liberated the peoples that Atlantis had conquered. Then, divine judgment fell. Plato writes that the gods, seeing the wickedness of the Atlanteans, decided to punish them. In a cataclysmic event, there occurred violent earthquakes and floods, and in a single day and night of misfortune, the island of Atlantis disappeared in the depths of the sea. The once mighty civilization was wiped off the face of the earth, leaving behind nothing but a story. So, the big question is, did Plato invent this story as a philosophical lesson, a cautionary tale about the dangers of hubris and imperial ambition? Or was he recounting a genuine historical event passed down through generations? Plato himself claimed the story was true, passed from the Egyptian priests to the Athenian statesman Solon, and then down to his own family. This claim has fueled a debate that has lasted for over 2 millennia. For many scholars, Atlantis is purely a myth. They argue that Plato created it as a thought experiment to illustrate his ideas about an ideal state, using Athens as the model of a virtuous society and Atlantis as its corrupt, materialistic counterpart. The story's convenient disappearance, with no physical evidence left behind, makes it a perfect fable. There's no mention of Atlantis in any other ancient text from that period, which is suspicious for a civilization supposedly so powerful. But that hasn't stopped the search. The allure of a lost, advanced civilization is too strong to ignore. Over the centuries, countless theories have emerged about where Atlantis might be located. The most popular theories focus on places that experienced massive volcanic eruptions or other natural disasters. One of the leading candidates is the Greek island of Santorini, formerly known as Thera. Around 1600 BC, a colossal volcanic eruption blew the island apart, one of the largest in human history. The eruption created a massive caldera and triggered devastating tsunamis that would have decimated coastal communities across the Aegean Sea. This event is widely believed to have led to the collapse of the Minoan civilization on the nearby island of Crete. The timeline is much earlier than Plato's, but the parallels are striking. A powerful, advanced island civilization wiped out by a natural cataclysm. Could the memory of the Minoan collapse have been passed down for 1,000 years, evolving into the legend of Atlantis? Another popular theory places Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean, exactly where Plato said it was, beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Some have pointed to the Azores Islands, a volcanic archipelago, as remnants of the sunken continent. Others suggest areas near the Bimini Road, an underwater rock formation off the coast of the Bahamas, which some believe are the remains of an ancient Atlantean wall or road, though most geologists argue it's a natural formation. The search has gone even further afield. Some have proposed locations like Antarctica, arguing that a pole shift could have moved the continent from a temperate zone to its current icy state. Others look to Spain, near the Donana National Park, where satellite imagery has revealed strange rectangular structures buried in the marshlands, sparking theories of a lost city. There are even theories linking Atlantis to locations in the Caribbean, South America, or even Ireland. Part of the enduring appeal of Atlantis is the idea of its advanced technology. Legends and modern interpretations often depict Atlanteans as having technology far beyond their time and perhaps even beyond our own. They are sometimes credited with harnessing crystal energy, developing flying machines, and possessing profound knowledge of science and spirituality. These ideas, popularized by 19th century writers like Ignatius Donnelly and later by psychics like Edgar Cayce, have transformed Atlantis from a Platonic fable into a sci-fi legend of a super civilization. While these claims are not supported by Plato's original text, they have become an inseparable part of the modern Atlantis myth. So, what are we to make of it all? Is Atlantis a memory of the Minoan catastrophe, a clever political allegory by Plato, or a real, lost super civilization waiting to be discovered beneath the waves? The truth is, we don't know for sure. There is no definitive archaeological evidence to prove that Atlantis ever existed as Plato described it. Every proposed site has its problems, and every piece of evidence can be explained by natural phenomena. But maybe the search for physical proof misses the point. The power of Atlantis isn't just in whether it was a real place. Its true power lies in the story itself. It's a timeless tale about the rise and fall of civilizations, a warning against pride and greed, and a symbol of humanity's eternal quest for knowledge and the lost golden age. It taps into our deep-seated curiosity about the unknown and our hope that there are still great mysteries hidden in the world. Whether a real city of gold and orichalcum lies at the bottom of the ocean or only in the pages of Plato's dialogues, the legend of Atlantis will continue to inspire us. It encourages us to look at our own world and ask the same questions Plato did. What makes a society great? What are the dangers of unchecked power? And what legacy will our own civilization leave behind? The lost city of Atlantis may never be found, but the search for it tells us more about ourselves than it does about any sunken island. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of one of history's greatest mysteries. What do you believe? Was Atlantis real, or is it just a powerful myth? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the mysteries of our world. Title: The Enigma of Atlantis, Legend, Philosophy, or Lost Reality. Opening 0 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Soft, mysterious ocean waves and ancient music fade in. Narrator: Imagine a civilization so advanced, so powerful, that it ruled the seas and challenged the mightiest empires of its time. A utopia of golden temples, vast harbors, and concentric rings of land and water. Until, In a single day and night of terror, earthquakes and floods swallowed it forever. This is the story of Atlantis, the most famous lost city in human history. But is it myth, moral fable, or a garbled memory of something real? Today, we dive deep into Plato's ancient tale, explore the leading theories, and examine the tantalizing yet controversial claims emerging as recently as 2025 and 2026. Welcome to the enduring mystery of Atlantis. Transition to 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Our story begins not in the depths of the ocean, but in the mind of one man, the Greek philosopher Plato, around 360 BCE. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato recounts a tale he claims came from Egyptian priests via the Athenian lawgiver Solon, passed down through generations. Plato describes Atlantis as an island empire, beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar in the Atlantic Ocean. It was larger than Libya and Asia Minor combined, a naval superpower founded by descendants of the sea god Poseidon. The capital was a marvel of engineering, a central island surrounded by 3 rings of water and 2 of land, connected by canals wide enough for warships. Bridges, tunnels for ships, massive walls coated in precious metals, gold, silver, and the mysterious red metal orichalcum. The city boasted hot and cold springs, lush gardens, temples to Poseidon, and even elephants in its armies. Its people started virtuous but grew corrupt with greed and hubris. They waged war across Europe and Africa, conquering as far as Egypt and Tyrrhenia. Only ancient Athens, embodying ideal virtue, stood against them and won. Then divine punishment struck, violent earthquakes and floods. In one terrible day and night, Atlantis sank beneath the waves, leaving behind impassable mud shoals that blocked the Atlantic. Plato ends the story abruptly in Critias. The dialogue breaks off mid-sentence. Was it unfinished or intentional? Many scholars argue this was no history lesson, but an allegory. Atlantis represents the dangers of imperialism, moral decay, and overreach. The opposite of Plato's ideal republic, M.
Thanks for watching.